Oh my gosh. I'm having really bad allergies all of a sudden. Okay. How are you doing? I'm eating Benadryl. It's pink. Okay. My hair's looking kind of crazy. I don't know. I'm doing the best I can here. Try not to die. All right. How do I do this? Fuck. Oh my god. What is going on? There we go. Oh my gosh. All right. I've been feeling pretty stuck lately. So let's do a reading. We are going to look for the energy of the Chariot. Okay, I need to look for the Chariot, and I need to understand where the shadow of my inability to move forward is at. So like, why am I feeling an inability to go through with my plans that I desire to go through right now? So I'm feeling stuck. I'm feeling like there's like things I need to get done and things I need to... The Chariot. We have this hot air balloon. Okay. Hot air, wet earth. The air is hot and the earth is wet. Okay. So things are going to start picking up, right? You are in the air. You are in the air. The air is feeling good tonight, right? I can feel it coming in the air tonight. The Queen of Cups is reversed. You know, you are abundant. You are emotionally sound. Your emotions are good. Your emotions are strong. Your emotions are pure, right? When you start to feel something, it comes from a place of it's like you shouldn't have to explain your emotions to anyone, right? If you have a feeling about something, if you're feeling some kind of way, no one can say that feeling that you're having is wrong, right? Maybe there's a feeling that you're having that you should not be acting on. Okay, so maybe you have a feeling, but it's a feeling that you know that you shouldn't be having. You know you shouldn't be having that. The Nine of Pentacles. The Page of Wands. And the King of Pentacles. This is the energy here of somebody like, I don't need you. I don't need you. I want you, but I don't need you. I don't need you. I want you. I don't need you, I want you. There's something about that. Okay? There could be something here about your money, your emotions, or needing to keep your emotions out of your... The Emperor. The Ace of Wands is in reverse. The Six of Wands. Death. The Three of Pentacles is in reverse. The Three of Cups is in reverse. And the Star is in reverse. you could there could be something about your money. You could be the kind of person that, like, how do I say this? Emotions could be the thing that kind of, like, you don't get emotional about your money. Or your values, your core values aren't super emotional, right? You don't have emotional core values. Your money's, you don't have wet money. But you do have a lot of money. You do have a lot of money. Your friends could have a lot of money even. You could be known to have a lot of wealthy friends, be associated with many people with a lot of money, that are well-to-do. Okay. She's sitting on money. She got a bird on her hand. Her other arm is rested on top of a pentacle. The queen, so the chariot, the queen of cups, there could be something about, like, a lot of emotions, a lot of, especially if the emotions aren't necessarily very good emotions, okay? So there could be something about where you're going. You really need to keep your emotions out of things, okay? You could be going someplace dry. You could be going someplace hot and dry, okay? This could even be a place where you feel free to be happy and warm and just like you have, like, there's like a extroverted kind of playful energy here. It's not super emotional though. It's not super nurturing either. It's really just like fun. It's really just like fun. You just have fun. You could even be a performer of some kind, or like you just do something out of like the spirit of fun. The energy of fun is here. Okay? You bring a sense of fun into things. The King of Pentacles is coming out in the 5th house. So you could even be dating somebody that's very abundant, dating somebody that's very much so associated with intelligence and friendliness and networking. Someone that's very friendly. Somebody that's very charming. Somebody very innovative. Those could be the kind of people you like to be around. People that are secure. You like spending time with people that have time to spend with you. You like having fun or investing your love or the energy of your heart to people that have themselves taken care of to the point where they can accept the energy that you have to give them from your heart without having to put themselves in a financially difficult situation. What you do for work, what you do as a daily routine, whatever your routine is, there is the energy of, like, the Emperor can talk about somebody that doesn't necessarily do the groundwork himself, but oversees other people, right? So that's like right? This is somebody that hires people to solve their problems for them. They don't necessarily solve their problems on a daily basis themselves. This is somebody that hires people. This is somebody that pays people to do their job for them. The jobs that they need done for them, right? This is somebody that has enough financial stability to give other people money to do the things that they need done for them, right? He's not necessarily, he's not the Empress. The Emperor is not the Empress, right? But the Emperor has the Empress under his wing. The Empress desires the Emperor, not necessarily for what he has, but just the energy that he brings to her. He doesn't need to bring the Empress money, or he doesn't need to bring the Empress opportunity. He just needs to bring his own personal energy. But you might not necessarily be an Empress quite yet. You could be pre-Empress, or the energy of pre-Empress is here with the Nine of Pentacles. You could be without a counterpart, and you are seeing this King of Pentacles as a potential person to become the person to kind of keep the Empress grounded. You can't be an Empress if you don't have a counterpart. The same way you can't be an Emperor. The Sun is in reverse in the 7th. You could still be getting to know someone. I don't feel like you're quick to have sex with people. I feel like you really hold back. You don't just give it away. You don't. I feel like you hold the intimate parts of you. You hold the hidden, sacred, sexual kind of part. Like, you keep those things to yourself. You might be promiscuous, but in regards to like actually doing the deed with someone, you're not quick to do that. You don't give it away easily, because you know that once you give it away, once you give it up, once you allow someone the access to that part of you, there's nothing else for them to do to win. The Six of Wands comes next, and Death, which is a transformation, which is, notice how there's one cat walking atop, and all these other cats are looking up at this other cat like, dang. What's the final card? The Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords isn't fucking around. The Queen of Swords don't fuck around. That's early. That's late Virgo, early Libra energy. The Queen of Swords is meticulous. She's precise. She's not afraid to stand on her own. She's not afraid to conquer something on her own, right? She's already been through death, meaning she's already transformed. The Empress might have not been something that was fully achievable with this Nine of Pentacles, right? This is big Virgo energy here. And then we're met with the Page of Wands, which is still pretty childish. And you can see she has this bar above her head. There could have been a situation where like you had to choose between two other people. Always choose yourself. Right? If somebody were to say you have to choose between me or you, I choose myself. I don't choose you, and I don't choose you, but I choose me. Always. Because you know what would suck? If you chose another human being, or if you were in that position and you didn't choose yourself and the other person got chosen. So I'm always going to choose me. I don't want you, and I don't want you. I want me. I don't want you. I want me. I am the prize for my own self. There's nothing I want more than myself. I am the prize for myself. Could you imagine not having yourself? Only having joy or happiness from another human being? Why would you give someone power like that? That's ridiculous. I choose me. And I'm always going to choose me. And I advise you to do the same. Don't ever choose another human being. Always choose yourself. You can have preferences. We have expect powerful change. The chamber of the violet flame. New moon eclipse. Karmic release and radical transformation. Mutable moon, nothing yet is set in stone. A solar light upgrade, solar plexus chakra, inner fire, and willpower. Speak your world into being. You could have had to have made some things clear to some people. You could have had to have made some things known to people. When I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. What is this? A personal issue reaches resolution, and don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Cancer, full moon in Leo. Okay, full moon in Cancer and full moon in Leo, those are the two signs that are ruled by our luminaries, right? The moon being more reflective and the sun being Leo. Okay? Your commitment is being tested. And new moon in Aries, go for it. I can't pull another one of these. Pillar of light, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle, the age of light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. And be bold and to make the first move. Cardinal moon. Cool your emotions. Aries. Oh, that doesn't go there. I think I'm going to close this reading out and we can finish later, actually. I don't really think I have anything else I want to say. Maybe I'll start a different reading. I just really needed to get myself unstuck. I was feeling really stuck. I was having a really difficult time, like, being able to go to work. I really need to go to work. I'm going to go to work. I don't know, I've just been feeling really nervous. Hierophant is reversed. The Star is reversed. And the Queen of Cups is in the upright. Okay. Talk to me about this Queen of Cups, please. Who came out in reversed in the second house for the main reading, but now she's upright. So tell me about this Queen of Cups, please. What is going on with her? What is out of alignment in regards to the Queen of Cups energy within myself that needs to be aligned? How can I... Where is the Queen of Cups currently at? The Ace of Cups is in reverse. So wherever you're standing emotionally right now, there's an energy of depletion. There's an energy here of evaporation. There's an energy here of, you know, you're giving out more than it's flowing in. Right? You're giving more than you're getting. And you're not giving yourself enough time in between pouring yourself out to refill yourself. So try and go slower. You know, it's not such a rush. You can take your time. There's nothing to hide. You don't need to be ashamed of taking time for yourself. The Ace of Swords. Stand in your truth. Stand in your truth. Be about your truth. Be about your word, right? If you don't have your word, you don't have nothing. Okay? If you're having a difficult time emotionally feeling something for someone, maybe it's because this person isn't being honest. Maybe it's because this person is too reckless with your emotional energy. Okay? Think about what you want to feel. Think about it. Talk about it. Create a world. Create a reality. Create a timeline around this emotion that you have. Imagine this, like, speak about this emotion that you feel like you're lacking. If it's love, explain what that means. If you want to feel adored, okay, explain exactly what that would mean. How would that look for you? If you want to feel generous, explain what that would mean for you. If you want to feel, what's another emotion? I don't know. If you want to feel satisfied, explain what that would feel like. Explain situations and scenarios where satisfaction becomes an integral and just like a normal part of your reality. Satisfied. How can you feel satisfied? What is the satisfaction that you don't feel like you're getting? Right? If you don't feel like you're filling up in love, but you're feeling like you're required to give more than you have, how can you create a reality, create a timeline where you're able to fill yourself up quicker? What would you need in order to refill yourself up quicker? And create a timeline and create a reality around that. Speak it into being. Make it real. Think about it. Talk about it. Get it out into the world. If you're just leaving it inside your body, it's never going to do anything with this star here. What's the star? There could be a fear around defensiveness, around explaining what it is you want, explaining this emotion that you don't feel like you're getting. You know, it doesn't always have to be a positive emotion. It could be a negative one. Maybe you're feeling like you need conflict. Maybe you're feeling like you want to fight. And so, the Lovers. Maybe you feel like you're going to be rejected. Maybe you feel bad, or maybe you feel sad that somebody else was chosen. That you gave your love and it wasn't the thing that got chosen. Somebody else got chosen. That's fine. You want to know something? You're not going to find Jesus with the people that have already been chosen. You're not going to find Jesus with all the goody-goodies that have already been saved. You're not going to find Jesus with the people that have already been chosen. You know where you're going to find Jesus? With the ones that were left behind. Because that's what the name Jesus means. One of the geometric equivalents to Jesus is the Omega. Right? There's the Alpha and there's the Omega. And the Omega is the one that goes last. It's the last one, right? The one that never leaves the one behind. Right? The one that will make sure that everyone else is taken care of before they take care of themselves. And in order to do that, sometimes you have to find a way to fill yourself up faster. So that you can replenish more people. You could be feeling like you're at a standstill right now. There could have been something that, like, your ideal mode of transportation, your ideal method of doing something was halted, stopped, and or so you're having to find an alternative route, an alternative way of doing something. Help. You will find help. You will find everything you need, right? Everything is going to happen exactly the way it was meant to happen. Okay, just trust that. There's not any need to try and control things. Just allow them to be the way they are. Right? God has a plan. Right? Our country has a plan. America has a plan. Everything is happening exactly as it's meant to. You know, just don't question your own things too much. Don't try and force other people to do things that they don't want to do. And focus on figuring out how you can recharge yourself faster, maybe. Maybe you need to recharge faster. Maybe you're taking too long to recharge. Maybe you're taking too long. We have manifest. We have Mula, the roots, the foundation star, the power to transform from the root, destroying illusion to go beyond. We have sensual desire. Someone specific drives a very nice car. Bitch, I am the motherfucking car. I'm not getting in the car because I am the car, okay? I am the Tesla Cybertruck. I am. That's what my name means in Gematria, actually, is Cybertruck. I am the car. I am the car. I'm not getting in the car because I am the car. Sorry. Somebody could be very Christian. Anything not of the light is returned. Well, turns out Jesus is dark. Lucifer is light. Jesus is dark. Jesus is also a criminal. He's also a criminal. But we have informed. You need to let people know what you're doing before you do it. Or you need to inform people. You need to let people know, like, as you're manifesting something, right? That's what you have to do. You have to let people know, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing, just so you know, right? Just so that you aren't met with resistance. Is resistance the right word? I don't know if it's resistance so much it is like, because like manifestors regardless are going to do as they want to, right? They initiate, they begin things. So sometimes you can be met with resistance, but I don't really feel like that's too big. Like if you're a manifestor, you know that other people have free will and you're not going to force somebody to do something they don't want to. I wouldn't say it's resistance so much as it is, it can be jealousy. It can be blindsiding someone. It can be starting something and somebody's like, I had no idea that you were doing that. And that can cause frustration and that can cause divides and issues in relationships. So it's important. We have 666. With reflection. When you allow time for reflection, you allow yourself to see where inner shifts are needed. It is time for you to look at your beliefs and ask, is this serving me or is it time for me to release this? Reflect, refocus, readjust. As I refocus on what serves my highest good, I feel myself shift into my highest self. 1818 optimism and 777 alignment, and then 1616 willpower. 1, 2, 3, 4 persistence. Okay, I don't have time to read all those right now because I gotta go. Trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. Courage. I find inner strength to face fear with confidence. Loneliness. I'm pulling it out. I know that I am never alone. Well, that's not true. Somebody here could be envious of your loneliness. Somebody here could be so envious of you. Maybe it's that you're just comfortable being alone. Maybe that's what causes envy in this person. Right? It could be like this person could be angry or envious of you because you desire to be alone. Because you trust your inner voice. Maybe it's like I don't necessarily, it's not that I want to be alone all the time. It's just maybe that I'm not fucking with you. So that could be someone's envious even when you're alone. Run from that. Somebody's envious of your happiness. They know they have to surrender. They know they have to surrender at that point. You can't be angry or envious of somebody's happiness. That's crazy. Wear red. If you're feeling envious, focus on the color red. Try not to let gossip. Green. Green is the color of envy. Isolation. Blue. Maybe the only way that you feel like you're able to get a little bit of light into your rather blue life is through, the only way to get a little bit of spotlight, the only way to get a little bit of shine is through gossip, through causing issues, causing drama. Persistence, performing, not letting go, keeping moving on is the only way to counteract or counterbalance this isolation. Let's see, what's the next one? Growth, back to green. Self-worth, orange. So let's see, we went from, so the gossip, so we have blue, we have green, blue. That's going to take us to the Wheel of Fortune. And then we get to orange. So that's going to take us from blue, green path. So we have a blue, green. And then we go orange. So we got to go from blue, Hesed, Tippereth, down through the Hermit card, the isolation, blue, isolation. Hermit, the Hermit can be isolated. We have to go to beauty. So we got to pick up this sun. And then we go to orange. And here we are in Hode. down through the Devil card. Channeling spirits that have been alive. Jesus is a devil. Somebody that has once been alive. Somebody focused on the material world. Somebody that is not afraid to tell you what you need to know. Somebody that's not afraid to perform and to do what they need to do. This person to put on their red, right? She's wearing all red, right? So she's working on not being gossipy, working on, remaining true to herself and being... I'm sorry, it's not it's perseverance. So that's not giving up. Not giving up. Things will grow, things will happen. You will find a way out. And then we go to the Tower. From Hod to Netzach, and we get growth. And here we find this root that we were talking about with Mula, where something is going to be revealed to you. Roots. Growth, abundance, harvest, emergency room, self-worth. And so it's like we go through these towers. There's these towers here. Towers. This could talk about masculine, like a male coming. That's what I think of what the tower means for me, I think. In a sexual magic, we're looking at tarot or the tunnels of Set or the tree of life. The Tower is going to talk about a lot of times sex magic or tantra. Like you don't really, like if you're a man, like you try not to ever really have an orgasm. So that can be seen as the Tower, right? That's like the end of the sexual experience. If you're a sex magician or you practice tantra, a lot of times men try not to come. They try to kind of like always consistently be in the act of having sex, right? That's like the end of it, right? Once the man has reached orgasm. Expansion. Back to the blue. And so here we go back to the sun, something brought to the light, something given over to us from the demi-ergos is there, right? The navy, the blue, right? Deep blue, the navy, that's the like highest form of military one can be in. It's not in Jupiter, but it's not in Mars, it's in Jupiter, right? It's where the forefathers are. It's the great benefic. It's the expansion. So and we're going through this the orange and the blue is always going to cancel each other out. So we have that, and then we also have green. Okay. We haven't gotten any red yet. What is this? Here we go. The first red card. Communication. Speaking your world into being. We were talking about that. Okay, speaking your world into being. Talking about it. Gossiping about it if you need to. If it helps you grow, if it's helping you do something, speak about it. Who cares? Just talk about it. Try to talk about it in a way that is not... So come on into the red cloud over here and your voice, your words. And here we have purple with faith and passion. Purple and orange together, that's going to be the sun card, and that's the happiest card in the tarot. And that's when you're able to get Mercury and the moon, which is Yesod. That's when you're able to get those two energies to work together. When what you're reflecting, right, your emotional energy, your astral energy. The moon can be kind of more of our, the ascendant is what you see immediately. The sun is the first 5 minutes. And the moon is the first 30 minutes, right? It's the more intimate part of you. Once you really start to talk to someone, you then get to know their moon. And that's Yesod. Right? It's the way that they're able to reflect back to you what they're seeing in the world. Right? It's not just about radiating or being the energy, holding the energy, or creating the energy, or giving the energy, but you also have to be able to be reflective of the energy around you and the energy that is coming towards you. To be reflective, and be reflective in a way that is harmonious. Be reflective in a way that's not going to hurt other people's feelings. And that's why it's important, or if you have a good moon, some people don't have good moons, and sometimes you have Virgo. Serving of others, the details of, do what you must do. And Moon in Aries, the garden at the top of the world. Mars, energize, confront, and force yourself to. Moon in Gemini, the promise of unending love. The Sun, the creation of, the gaining of respect for or from things brought to life or light. Lilith in Aries, for better and for worse. That looks like a pretty serious commitment. That looks like somebody that, you know, regardless of what happens, you have this person's back and they have your back. Regardless, this is unconditional, all-encompassing love. This is love that you would fight for, love that you would serve for, someone you would fight for, whether they were there or whether they weren't there. This is somebody you would stand up for. This is somebody you would go down for, right? This is somebody that you, all the way around, have their back regardless of circumstance, is what that is, right? It's the Sun, and then we have the general. The Sun, and then Mars. Mars and the Sun get along very well, right? If the Sun is the king, or if the Sun is the knight, then Mars is the protector. Mars is the thing that's going to keep the precious cargo of the Sun, right? They can even be good friends. We have the Sun and we have Mars. Jupiter. Well, that just got even better. This is fun energy, right? This is purple and yellow. Okay, so this is the world right here. So we think Mars is red, Jupiter is blue, and the Sun is yellow. And then below the Sun we have Yesod, which is the moon. And so if we think about all those colors, we can go Jupiter, Mars, and we can create purple. And then we have the Sun, and purple is the moon Sephiroth, or Yesod. So we have lust, Babylon, which talks about needing to control yourself. Children, it's ruled by Leo. A lot of times children can be seen as Leo. The children need to learn to control themselves, right? That's why they have parents that teach them to control themselves. Because if they didn't have parents, then they would just be fucking wild in the streets. And sometimes that's the way it goes, but we have Jupiter and Mars. So we have the energy here of needing to control yourself. This could also be grown men, you know, with a little help from my friends. You know, you're with your friends. You know, we got this one guy, he's real optimistic. He's got all sorts of ideas. He's ready to conquer the world. And we got this guy who can maybe be a little bit more realist, maybe a little bit, but definitely brings the energy to it. And then we have the Sun, who is going to be the thing that's going to kind of, right, this is like the rat, not the Rat Pack. Is this the Rat Pack? We could call it the Rat Pack. But this is the Rat Pack. This is the trio. We got a trio here, okay? This is the energy of Regulus. This is the energy of Regulus. So if we're thinking, which is at the first degree of Virgo, which is political authority, is what that degree means. The star has the qualities of Jupiter and Mars. And it just recently moved from Leo, which was the sun, to Virgo. We also have Virgo here. So it's not quite mercurial, but we have Virgo. Mercury can be the energy of intelligence, precision, judgment in a way that is precise. Virgo can be a little tricky, right? Mercury can be a little tricky. They can be crafty. Petty theft can be under the domain of Mercury. We have Moon in Aries, Moon in Gemini, Lilith in Aries. For better and for worse, the promise of unending love, and the garden at the top of the world. 1 root chakra and 2 heart chakras. So here is this energy of red. And then we have these two, which is 16 and 19. So we're going to bring in this 69. That can be seen as the symbol for Cancer with a 10 on it. And there is this energy of maybe needing to be aligned, being brought up to the place, the garden on the top of the world. Being the green is going to be neutralized by red. Okay, so if anybody's feeling envious, if there's envy or if there's jealousy, bringing someone up to the red or bringing them down to the red will help really counteract, neutralize that green energy of envy. Damn, that was a reading, bitch. And then we have purple, belief in your beauty. Okay, we're on horses, bitch. We're going into the year of the horse. I got my motherfucking horse hair on. What the fuck about you? I couldn't do the orange hair. I'm not an orange hair lady. I do have a little streak of it, though. I kept a little. Okay. Keepers of the earth. You're not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So, like, listening to your voice. It was a long one, bitch. I gotta go to work now. Maybe if I can make it. My eyes look so dark. Okay. Bye now. Look at my little... So this is my dog. And this is what she does. Sleeping? Yeah, because I've been resting. Come here, Smooch. Anyway, Smooch. And it's my dog. This is baby. Okay, bye.